Hello and welcome to Harley Classics, and today we're in my little museum and I want to talk to you about some of my recent auction purchases. I've recently been down to Cheffins auction to collect a few bits and pieces that I've just bought, and I'd like to go through them with you, tell you a little bit about them and how the auction thing kind of works really. So I didn't buy these actually at the auction. I bid it online on Chiffin's own online platform, which is quite easy to use, to be fair. I'll just go through one at a time. So first thing we bought was the, I'll pronounce it right, Hirschman automatic aerial, electric aerial. So there you go. Now this is something that would have been, I don't know, in the 1970s, something like that. It would have been on a motorist discount auto parts counter, and it would have been to demonstrate how an electric aerial works. Because to be fair, electric aerial in the 1970s was a bit of a luxury. So it's pretty complete. Comes with its transformer up here. We've had it tested, so there's no problem there. You pull this lever, and up she goes. There you go. So back in the 1970s, that was top technology. What did we pay for it? Well, we paid £120 for that, which I think was very reasonable for a bit of a talking piece if you had it on your desk or like I say, on display in a garage. A lot of people are going to look at it and enjoy that. So I'm quite happy with that. So that was £120 before the commission. Right, what else did we get? Okay, we got this absolutely beautiful hanging glass. You could call it a mirror, but it's not a mirror. It's more of a pendant display. This Austin glass hanging pendant. This would have been in a car showroom years ago. Probably, I don't know, probably from looking at the style of it, the 1930s, something like that. Looks like it's got its original chains there. It's in fantastic condition. A little bit of wearing on the Austin, but the glass isn't chipped. And again, a great showpiece. And to be honest, for someone starting out collecting a rare piece and not a lot of money, I think we paid for that £350. Again, these prices are without the commission. So next thing we bought was the glass oil globe, or petrol pump globe, or whatever you want to call it, the flame globe. There you have it there. This actually has a little chip in the bottom, which I think I did transporting it back. I don't think it had a chip before the sale. In fact, I can see the chip there on the bottom, so I probably did that. Again, Cheffins is an auction company, are pretty transparent, so if there's anything there that's damaged or, you know, not real, they generally say that in the description, so we'll take that one on the chin. The reason I wanted that was I have a Cav lightbox that I bought a couple of years ago at Bonham's auction, and that needs to go on the top of it because that's what was on the top of it. Right, next we have the little Francis Barnett. So we've got the little Francis Barnett showroom light box there. Now, I'm not quite sure about this. I wanted this because I've got a Francis Barnett motorbike, and obviously I wanted it to stand on display with it. I think the case in itself, this piece, is real. By real, I mean period. Obviously, it's been rewired with modern flex, modern plug, and a modern fitting, which is not a bad thing. The chain well, you can see it looks like a bog chain from B&Q, doesn't it? That's pretty modern. And the perspex on the front, oh, the verdict's out on that. I actually think it could be right, because Francis Barnett, I think they stopped making motorbikes late 60s, early 70s. Possibly there might have been some Francis Barnetts in the showroom in the early 70s. I'm not sure. So these type of plastic signs were about then. It's got the original sticker on, but again, they can be reproduced. But I think this is at least the casing's kosher. But again, this was £300, and for £300, well, I don't think you could make one really. So there's a few bits there. The last thing we got is this sign. So I've got it down here. It's absolutely gorgeous. Prices enamel sign. Really, really good condition. Few chips around the outside. I've never seen this sign before. I mean, there'll be people out there who said, oh, well, there might be the person out there who put it in the sale. But there'll be people out there saying, yeah, I've seen one of those, but I've never seen one, and I had to have it. Was it expensive? We'll have a look. Well, because of its rarity, it's going to be expensive, isn't it? So we paid £1,900 for that before commission. Again, a lot of people out there who start collecting keep saying, you know, stuff's too dear and you can't buy stuff these days. You can, but it's the rare stuff is commanding good money. So, you know, you can still get in the hobby, but you won't get in the hobby at that level. And it's difficult for me to go now, having all this in the little museums, walk around a car boot fair or an auto jumble or even an auction and pick out stuff that I haven't got. So what did this lot cost me altogether? Right, let's have a look at the bill. So the total bill was £3,622.60. Buyer's premium, what did I pay? I paid £552.60. Now, a lot of people out there will be saying, that was a fortune, that's a lot of money commission. And to be honest, if you spread it over the 5 items, it's, well, 100 quid an item. And 100 quid to traipse round on a Sunday morning at 4 or 5 car boots and not find anything. I don't know, you're going to have to put your time into your money and wherever you are with the hobby or whatever. But I don't think that £500 commission was a mile away. Works out about 18%, and that's with the VAT in. So that's pretty much one of the lowest commissions out there for a big auction house. Some of them out there 50%, and you know, they're having it off with the buyer and the seller. These are pretty reasonable, they're pretty fair. Obviously, being Cheffins, they're farm auctioneers, so you know how tight farmers are. So there you are. That's what we've bought lately. We've bought a few bits and bobs for the museum. We're running out of space. Probably need to build another one. And I'll be back with another video shortly. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It does really help. Makes us want to go out there and make more interesting videos about Automobilia, classic cars, and people who collect. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram. And if you're interested in anything, or you need any advice on anything, or you just want to drop a comment, please do that as well. Thanks very much. Bye-bye now.